UFC 229, a great event with exciting fights that almost surely will be overshadowed by the post-fight fight. After winning in impressive fashion, Khabib decided to jump the fence and continue fighting with McGregor's corner. In this video, I will recap it all. UFC 229, the near-perfect event. Lewis vs. Volkov. At its base, it looked like these two were similarly skilled fighters, with one having a clearly better gas tank than another. Lewis looked like he was gassed about 3 minutes into the fight and attempted wild and unclear takedown attempts to appear to get some rest on the ground. By the numbers, Volkov was clearly the higher volume striker, landing 133 strikes to Derrick Lewis's 40. But Lewis landed a few more oh shit punches that seriously wobbled Volkov and appeared like he could finish the fight at any moment. The last round. After a dominating round for Volkov, Lewis appeared to be waiting until the last 90 seconds of the fight to start unleashing power shots, as he was breathing heavy by this point. With 40 seconds left, Lewis lands a crazy jab overhand right, dropping Volkov and landing a flurry of punches on the ground, winning the fight by TKO. Lewis lays on the ground and slumps over the cage in exhaustion. Lewis proves he's one of the best post-fight interviews in MMA, taking his shorts off after the fight. Some quotes: "My balls are hot. Donald Trump called me up earlier, telling me to knock this Russian motherfucker out. I need to sit my black ass down and do some cardio. Shit. I'm gonna come on your podcast and smoke some weed with you, Joe Rogan." Reyes vs. Saint Preux. Reyes enters this fight as one of the top prospects in the stagnant light heavyweight division. By the numbers, Reyes lands 102 significant strikes to Saint Preux's 27, but Reyes lands 61 of these strikes in the first round. After this dominating first round where he continually pressed forward, it appeared Reyes had a gas tank issues and his output dropped significantly in the final 2 rounds. Although, it seemed like he convincingly won every one. In the last seconds of the fight, Reyes drops Saint Preux and the bell goes off immediately afterwards. Reyes enters into the top tier of light heavyweights after a dominant win over the number 7 guy. Pettis vs. Ferguson, fight of the night. Round 1, Ferguson enters with relentless pressure, landing 48 strikes to the 12 landed by Pettis. Pettis tried a few dynamic moves, including an incredible handstand breakdancing kick. Round 2, one of the most jaw-dropping rounds I've seen in a while. Pettis starts off the round with a crazy combo and drops Ferguson. Pettis is into Ferguson's guard, and Pettis is leaking blood from a hairline cut, spilling all over Ferguson and himself. The fight gets back to the feet, and Ferguson continues with a relentless pressure, lands impressive combinations which appear to wobble Pettis by the end. Pettis attempts another crazy handstand breakdancing kick. 62 strikes by Ferguson to 25 by Pettis. In between rounds 2 and 3, Pettis tells his coach he broke his hand and his coach calls the fight. McGregor vs. Khabib. Round 1. Khabib succeeds in dragging McGregor down to the ground. Khabib's superior wrestling is apparent. Not the most exciting of rounds, as Khabib lands 13 significant strikes to McGregor's 3, a lot of it spent on the ground. Round 2. Classic Khabib ground and pound round. Starting off with an odd event of Khabib landing an overhand right that makes the superior striker fall. Khabib appears to want to strike with McGregor for a minute before he pursues the takedown and lands relentless ground and pound. 56 significant strikes to Conor's 4, likely a 10-8 to Khabib. Round 3. Khabib appears notably tired. Momentum swings with McGregor this round as he defends a number of takedown attempts and strikes with him on the feet for the most part. 26 McGregor strikes to Khabib's 20. Round 4. Khabib lands another takedown, now landing one in every round. After an odd scramble, McGregor gives up overhooks followed by his back. Khabib clamps his hands down on a tight neck crank, ending a dominant performance by Khabib here. The post-fight fight. Clearly Khabib wasn't on the same page on McGregor's fight promotion antics, taking his insults on his family, religion, and his bus attack personally. After round 3, in which McGregor won, audio shows he said, "It's only business." Not for Khabib. After McGregor tapped, Khabib rushed McGregor's side of the cage, chucking his mouthpiece and jumping the fence to try drop-kicking McGregor's corner member Dylan Dennis, who according to Joe Rogan, was speaking to Khabib during the fight. 3 of Khabib's entourage, including his brother, jumped the cage to punch McGregor after the fight. Security actually does a great job of keeping everything together and not turning the arena into a full-out riot. Dana White spoke after the fight, stating Khabib's entourage will be forever banned from the UFC and did not deny that Khabib will be stripped. saying it depends on how the Nevada Athletic Commission handles it. Here's a clue. The governor is the head of the commission and ran out of the building when Khabib was doing this. And when a boxer tested positive for marijuana, they were suspended for 9 months. I don't personally see this ban as anything less than a year, and the UFC will likely strip his belt in the meantime. My initial thought on this was, this is a horrible look for the UFC as their biggest pay-per-view perhaps ever showcases thuggish and overly aggressive behavior to its near 2 million pay-per-view audience. Khabib single-handedly does horrible PR for the UFC and turns casual fans off after a dominant performance. But now, I'm not so sure of that. People are talking about this non-stop and it doesn't really seem like anyone is that upset by it. Maybe people expect people kicking someone in the face in a sport where people kick someone in the face. Either way, expect punishment for Khabib. What do you guys think? Does Khabib stay champ? Does he get a 3-year ban, wasting his athletic prime? Hit us up at Angrysportsmob on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and like, comment, and subscribe to support more videos like these.